All right, the side quest is over. It's time for the next product in the Tomtoc playlist, and this is the T24, a vertical sling that's about 7 liters. A buddy of mine let me borrow it. I've used it for a little bit, and now I think it's time to give it a review. So there's two versions. There's the 5, and this guy right here is the bigger 7 liter. If you're looking at other reviews of this bag out there, which you should, you'll know some of the older ones will say 7 to 9. Somewhere in there, Tomtoc adjusted the literage and said 5 to 7 liters versus 7 to 9. So just know that they're talking about the same bag. It's just updated on Tomtoc's end. Just remember, the smaller version is designed to fit the smaller iPad Pro, and the larger is designed to fit either your larger tablets or your 13-inch MacBooks. So what we'll do, like always, we'll take a look at the specs, we'll take a look at the features, I'll show you how I've been using the bag and the things that I've learned from using it. I think this time I'm also going to test some things out to see if they'll fit. I've seen sometimes people asking in the comments, will certain things fit? So I'll try to test some of that if I can. After that, we'll talk about what I like about the bag and some areas where I think it could improve. And don't forget, if you're digging Tomtoc products, this is just another video in the playlist I'm putting together covering items in the Tomtoc line, so check that out when you're done with this video. As far as the specs go, we're gonna do something a little different. You can pause it right here and I'll just put them on the screen. And now we'll get into some of the details of the bag. It's a recycled fabric, which is 100% post-consumer material made from PET bottles. It's different from the normal Cador that you normally see in Tomtoc bags, but it still feels about the same level of consistency. They're YKK waterproof zippers. The zippers aren't waterproof on the smaller version, but they are on the larger version. They're Duraflex buckles. You can get the sling in black, khaki, or gray. It's got what they call high-resistant edges and corner armor, and that's to protect the laptop in the event of a crash. It comes in at $50, and like always with Tomtoc, there's a 30-day exchange period for an unused bag, and if you register the bag on their site, you'll get that second year of a warranty. So now let's show the bag and how it's configured for real world use. This is what it looks like when you get it. When it's unloaded, it's got a little bit of depth to it because of the padding in the back. So let's take a look from the front, work our way to the back. So this is just the same old black Tomtoc layout, a little shiny section and the more rugged section. There's the logo. That logo looks like it might come off eventually. It's maybe a little big for some. You might actually want to just work that logo off so you don't have to see it. So that's a pro and a con with this logo right here. Here's the quick access compartment. Just an open area with the key leash right there. That's a pretty good length, especially with the front access. And one thing I will note is you've got a nice zipper garage on the front, so that'll help keep water out. You've got 2 loops on the front. You can put your hero clips or your carabiners right there, and they're a good size. I think they're about the same size as on the other Tomtoc sling I reviewed, the T21. And then here's just the strap. It kind of sits in the middle, and then you've got the option to switch which side you want to go on. Nice, simple Duraflex buckle, so nothing too difficult to do. You can do that fairly quickly, fairly easily. And then right back here, you've got the quick access hidden compartment, or the hidden compartment, not quick access. And there it is. It's just open right in there too. But be careful, it will poke out at you if you put too much stuff in there. So just stuff like flat, like your wallet, your passport, or whatever, something like that. Getting ready to go on the inside, you've got your nice PU coated zippers, and you've got a grab handle. It's just some nylon folded over. Some people might want a little thicker grab handle, but for me, for this sling, for this size, I think this is fine. This is more than enough. It's not gonna distract me one way or the other. Oh, I forgot to mention, you've got a nice big Duraflex buckle right there. And then now let's go back inside to the bag. So now going into the front right here, you've just got a little mesh pocket with a little bit of stretch to it, and it's zippered, so you can put your small items that you want to get to, kind of like another internal quick access compartment. So I do like that idea. And then going inside, just a little open storage space right there. So you look at that, that gives you a pretty decent bit of space. So if you don't have much in here, you could probably fit a jacket in there pretty easily. And then you've got another elasticized mesh pocket right there. You can put stuff in there. So it's got this guy. I don't think you really need it. I'm fine with just taking that and throwing it right there. That's where I had it most of the time. But this is your tablet compartment. It is padded and it is not suspended off the ground, and that's okay. But I think it's padded enough down here for it to protect your tablet. I didn't have any problems. I wasn't too concerned about my tablet, so that's okay. And then going in the bag, it's got this nice kind of soft back pad right here to protect your tablet, to protect your laptop if you're in here. And they talk about that protection that they have. If you reach in here, I don't even know if you can see it, but let's see. I don't have a flashlight in. I don't actually, for the first time, have my flashlight, but there's nothing really to see. It's just a compartment. There's the corner protectors and the padding right in there, so you don't have to worry about your laptop when it's in there. So it's nice and protected in there. There's just the badge for the corner armor that protects the bag going around. So this whole section is kind of padded. So I think protection on your tech will be really good right here. I don't know if I mentioned it, but here's the water bottle pocket. While it's not that Cordura, there's a water seam zipper, and it seems to have a good degree of water resistance. The strap is very important to me as always. This one is pretty comfortable for what it is. The way it's designed, it sits perfectly where it needs to be. It clips on both sides, so it's ambidextrous. It's got plenty of space for adjustability. I don't think it's too short. Some of bigger guys out there, you should be okay. I've got it on right now pretty tight. I'm gonna loosen it up now, just so you can get a good feel for how much strap you have left. So this is all the way out. This is the strap right there. That's what it looks like on my back where it's at. So if you're that much bigger than me, you should be all right. So the water kind of sheets off the bag, so you should be fine if you get caught in the rain where you're going. So now let's talk about the orientation of the bag a little bit. So while it is a sling and it's designed to be worn on the back and slung over, I think it's designed for a vertical orientation the best. So flipping that over, you've got the quick access right here. And what I find with that vertical orientation, everything is kind of set going this way. So what I do is I kind of bring the zippers to the side. And so all my zippers are right here. I can access everything right here and I can get in what I need. So now what I do is I'll show you the bag on the other side when it's on my opposite shoulder and it's clipped the other way. When you swing it around, what ends up happening is the quick access zipper ends up being on the bottom. So you don't have that same access. And they can fix that by either adding 2 zippers or making it 2 pockets. So one's when you're oriented on the left shoulder and one's when you're oriented on the right shoulder. Let's talk about the hidden compartment and let's talk about how easy it is or isn't to access while it's on the body. So wearing it, swinging it over like we do, the zipper is right here. Again, if you have it on the other side, the zipper is actually going to be on the bottom when it's closed. So let's open it up and then we can go in there. It's not the easiest to get to, but I think you can manage just fine. All right, I've got this guy packed out. When I'm testing bags out, I like to pack them out even a little bit more than I probably would use it, just to kind of show you guys kind of max capacity. So we'll start from the outside, work our way inside. So first up, I don't have my actual phone in here because I'm recording, but this case always represents my phone. So that's what sits in here. I don't like putting anything in my pockets. That's why I use pouches and slings all the time. So that's where that is. Now let's go to the back on the quick access compartment. I just have my wallet. That stays in there. And you've seen most of this stuff before, so we won't spend too much time on it, but I do want to show you how it fits in here. There are no pockets or straps or anything like that on the strap. So that's just pretty plain, pretty basic. I think that was a missed opportunity right there. So now let's go inside. First thing I'm gonna get, because I need it for my notes just in case I don't miss anything, is my tablet. So I put my tablet in there, the iPad Pro 11-inch. So that's in there. So now I can set that up, get my notes ready, and we can keep going. All right, so going in, we'll go in the front still. I just put my AirPods in here, and I put my cable in there, mag timing cable, that stays in there. And I think that's all that's in there. This is my Garage Built Gear Mighty pouch that goes in. And because it has a water bottle holder, we had to test it with a water bottle. So you see it fits. In a minute, I'll test to see some of the max loadout capability, see if I can fit a bigger water bottle in there. So we'll try that too. Actually, if I have it close by, I will see. Yeah, I think I got it close by. So we'll see if I can fit it in right now. So this is a bigger one. I think this is 40 ounces. Will it fit? I could probably make it fit, but it's not my bag and it's a tight fit, so we're not gonna worry about that. So this guy's about 24 ounces, so sticking with about 24 ounces is probably about a good bet. All right, so sticking in here, I kind of use this as like my mobile content creation, brainstorming kind of thing, so that's why you'll see stuff that's in here for that. Here is my hygiene kit. There's a video out on that. Take a look at that. And then I've got my little cut scrape kit right there. Algae meds and stuff like that are in there. I've got my little keyboard that's in there. Goes great with my tablet. Got to have a power bank, U-Green power bank. And then I've got my little Apple Pencil knockoff that fits right in there. There's a pen slot right there. You could probably fit one more pen right in there, but it'll be a tight fit, so be careful what you fit. If you got a bulky pen, only one will fit, but it fits there just fine. And that's all I had in there. Going down there, that's it. And here's something you guys haven't seen. I've had this guy forever. I think I've had it for about 6 years. This is my traveler's notebook that I have. I've been trying different journaling techniques and note-taking techniques, so I'll talk about that in another video. But we'll talk about where this fits in my note-taking system. So I put that in there since I don't have a laptop to go in that compartment as well. So you see how thick that is. That's probably thicker than your MacBook Air. So that'll let you know that that thickness along with that tablet, that should both fit in there no problem, pretty comfortably. And I do believe that is all that I have in here, and it is. So now I do want to test two things to make sure they fit. One thing I saw a lot of is asking if it fits a Steam Deck. I don't have a Steam Deck, I have a Switch. So we're gonna try this Switch and we're gonna see if we put that in there, what it looks like. This is just in the case that came with it, and I just threw it in there. And so one thing to point out, that the Switch in this dimensions are 9.4 by 4, and then the Steam Deck is 11.7 by 4.6. So you've got about 2 more inches this way, and then you've got another 0.6 inches that way. So 0.3 and 0.3 on each side. I don't think my tape measure is up here. Yes, it is. So boom, let's do that. So you've got 2 inches. You see where it sits. And then you've got 0.6. You can look at that and kind of see. So right in there somewhere. So I think it'll fit a Steam Deck, no problem. So another question was if it'll fit your camera. I don't have a fancy camera and anything like that. I'm just shooting team iPhone right now. So my daughter has this camera. I figured this is big enough without the lenses. So you can just throw that in there. You see it fits. I can put my traveler's notebook back in here with that. Imagine the tablet in here. It fits in there, no problem. You could probably fit that. You could probably fit your lenses, and you could probably fit your pouch in this pouch in there, and you could fit the stuff in this pocket, and I think you'd be good to go. So if you wanted to make this like your gamer sling, where you've got your tablet, you've got your Steam Deck, you've got your wireless controller, you've got charging, you've got cables, I think all of that'll fit in here, no problem. So one more thing I wanted to test is this guy. This is pretty much an open cavern, and I think when you switch from vertical to side orientation, using it as a quick access compartment, I think if you're not using it for just the phone like I am, that stuff might get jostled around. So what I'd recommend you try is just something like this, like a little admin panel. It'll sit in there just like that, and you can access your things as you're going in here just like that. It'll keep everything vertical. So I definitely recommend trying that. One thing as far as things that will or won't fit, I won't put a larger laptop in here because I think the larger you get on a laptop, the heavier the bag gets, and I think you need to go small backpack to medium-sized EDC backpack over a Sling once your laptop gets big enough. All right, so let's talk about some of the things that I like. First of all, I really enjoyed the layout for the most part. It's really intuitive. Everything's right there. It's nice and organized, and you can fit all your stuff in there. The fact that this Sling has a water bottle pocket is a big plus to me. A lot of Slings out there, even those larger, have 2 straps on the bottom, which is fine, but that's more designed for a water bottle or an umbrella or a jacket or a yoga mat or whatever you want to put down there, and not a dedicated water bottle pocket. Even though I prefer a water bottle pocket on the outside, it's okay being on the inside in this case. It's one of the few Slings out there that fit larger iPads. Tons of Slings out there fit the iPad mini, but not many will fit the iPad, the 11 or the 12.9. I guess they're getting larger now with the M4 editions. I like the concept of their built-in laptop/tablet protection. I think it's something a little different and a little more substantial than your soft padding at the bottom or the just suspended laptop compartment. So I think you've got good protection even in the Sling. This is one of the large Slings, I guess we'll just say Slings period, that actually have back padding. Not many of them do, so it's good that it'll include that as well to improve that comfort. I think this one makes a great personal item for travel, either with your rolling suitcase or your travel backpack. And with all the Tomtoc stuff that we've seen so far, I'm really a fan of the value. I think you get great quality for what you pay. So now a couple areas where I think the T24 could improve. Most of those center around the quick access compartment. First of all, the bag has clips on both sides, so it's kind of ambidextrous. But when you think of the quick access compartment, it's really not. So if you orient it the other way, the quick access compartment is facing down. So I think Nightcore has a bag where they have zippers on both sides of the front panel and they kind of overlap like this. So you could have a quick access pocket on each side, and that way you handle that issue. Or you could just make it simple and have a zipper on each side. That way you have access regardless of which orientation. Thinking about the Forge by Black Ember, and I think some of the Evergoods backpacks, I think in their front compartment, they have a little bit of organization. Because when you go from that vertical to horizontal orientation without it, and without it done smartly, everything will fall out and kind of be jumbled together. So organizing that a little bit would help out a long way. Sometimes, it doesn't happen all the time, and it's kind of a slow progression. The straps do loosen a little bit. I did see on YouTube where somebody actually took their buckle and stippled it a little bit to give a little more friction. I may try that on a bag in the future. I'm kind of curious if that works out. And now the last thing is really not that big of a deal, but I kind of wish, like some of the other bags, give us the name of the material. If it's some generic material, I guess that's okay. I usually prefer, and sometimes it rates the bag a little higher if it's a name brand material or material that I can vouch for. Their Cordura in general, I can vouch for. So I definitely would prefer that on the bag versus just a no-name fabric. And that might just be an oversight on their part on the naming convention. All right, time for some alternatives. The first and the easiest alternative would be the 3 slings up in my large sling gear hunter video. Those would be the first 3 I check out. Another would be the Air Tech Sling. It's about double the price, but I really like Air products, and I think it'd be a good fit if you're looking for a larger sling to hold your tablet and maybe your MacBook. The next sling to look at would be the Nomadic Navigator line of slings. I haven't tried any of Nomadic's products yet, but they usually fare pretty well, especially for those tech travelers. Next up, the Osprey Archon sling. I'm gonna call it Archon just because when I see the word, I think of StarCraft, so we're gonna go with that. I haven't tried it, but I have an Osprey Daylight backpack. I've had it for years and it's been just fine, so if it's anything like that, it'll hold up pretty well. Last up would be something from 511. Take a look at their website. I'm not going to give a particular name because I haven't tried any of their stuff yet and I'm not completely sure, but they do have some larger slings in the vertical capacity. I'm going to take a look at more of their stuff in the future, so stay tuned for that. I think I'm liking the T24. I almost might even like it more than my T21. I might have to do a comparison to see how I really feel about that. There are some features that are different between the two, so I might have to look at that a little bit closer. I think it's a really good value if you don't want a full backpack and just want a tech sling. So I think it's got smart organization and it holds up pretty good. And the water bottle pocket, I'm really impressed with the fact that they decided to integrate one. Normally I talk about what deal breakers are. I don't know what the opposite of a deal breaker is going to be. Let me know in the comments what you want to call it, but I think it's the opposite of that. I think it actually is a good thing to consider if a water bottle is important to you and some of those other slings let you down on the water bottle front. All right, check out the other videos in the Tomtoc playlist. Any links to any items will be in the description. I'll also have links to the videos referenced in this video. Take care of yourselves, take care of each other. This is Lamar and I'm out.